All right, welcome back to The Drive. 1-800-912-1143, 391140. We're going all the way till 9:12 today because of A's baseball. Lance Woods didn't know that. He thought he was just coming in. In fact, his union contract stipulates that he's only here from 8:30 until 9 a.m. But we're going to try. We're going to try to convince Lance to stay an extra few minutes with us. In the meantime, though, as you heard Sam Amick on with us, and he had to go, and had a feeling.
Like the Black Eyed Peas.
There's a reason why he had to go, and now we see it on his Twitter page. Sam Amick of The Athletic reporting, general manager Vlade Divac is right now meeting with, of course, this is 3 minutes ago, maybe the meeting's over, meeting with assistant general manager Brandon Williams, and has made the decision that Williams will not return next season. Sam also has a story on Vlade being given full control of basketball operations. So it has already been a very, very busy day, Lance Woods, in the world of the Sacramento Kings. Vlade Divac given a 4-year contract.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. I apologize. You are correct.
We got to get used to that.
Hall of Famer Vlade Divac given a 4-year contract. He will be around. And
so he can give me my money. He gonna be here.
Brandon Williams has been dismissed. How are you, Sam? Sam, how are you, Lance? I'm looking at Sam right here.
Yeah, I'm great, man. It's a lot. Don't it feel like if it feel like the last day of school, and it feel like some of us is going to college, and some of us just ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, it sucks because these are people's lives. There's their jobs.
I don't think fans take that into consideration.
They don't. And I don't know that families. And I don't know that they. I don't know. I waffle on that. I get it. Fans are like, listen, it's basketball. You're millionaires. You're doing this. You do that. Who cares? Whatever. You got to win. I'm not indifferent to that. But when you, and this is where it sounds bad, but when you are around the team, you're around the team. When you're around these people, when you see them, when you talk to them, there is a bias there a little bit. There is a feeling there. Yeah,
there's a bias because you start to like people.
Yep.
And you start to get to know people. But then there's also sometimes, man, you just watch stuff and people don't even know what they're watching. They just want the results they want.
Yeah.
So it's like this is how I feel. When I watch the games, every time the Kings lose, the fans say it's Willie or the coach.
Right.
That's just what it is. No matter what happened throughout the game,
there are scapegoats.
It was Willie or the coach.
Right.
And I'm like, are y'all watching what's going on? Because it's a lot of stuff that happens throughout the course of a game. But they say, see, Willie, if you would have got that rebound. And it's like, there's a lot more stuff happened to him missing a rebound or him not doing what you want to do. See, why'd you take out Fox for 4 minutes? And it's like, there's rotations. You know what I mean? It's just different things, man. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And listen, and we've been plenty hard on Willie Cauley-Stein throughout the year, and there's been reason behind that, and definitely Coach has had his moments. But to your point, there's also fan favorites that get a little bit more forgiveness. Like Bogdan Bogdanovic went through a horrific stretch this season, and largely not entirely, but largely, I don't want to say got away with it, but got past a lot of that vitriol. De'Aaron Fox has had horrible games.
Yeah.
And you're very rarely going to see somebody say, De'Aaron Fox is trash today.
Yeah.
It just depends on I think, those fan favorites and also the habits of who you're used to blaming as well.
Yeah. And I think Fox's thing was a lot of, like, lack of aggression at times.
Right.
You just wanted him to go more, but he has such a good he plays like wise above his years. Like, people that fast and that athletic are usually way more out of control, and you rarely see him out of control. And really, when he attacks the basket and he doesn't get the results he wants, most of the time he's getting fouled and it's not getting called for him yet.
We asked earlier, we went kind of round table, Jay, myself, and Matt George, asking to grade the Kings season. How would you grade the Kings? It's been listen, we got to know you very well this year.
So I'm biased on the Kings season. I think it was A+.
Right?
Season was amazing.
Right.
The Kings season. Now, this is what I will say. I would give it a B, above average. I think we can talk about Vegas and odds and all of that, but what do they know? It's almost like if you talk about the MVP talk, right? A big reason why certain players will win MVP and some certain players will win Coach of the Year or whatever is only because we don't know what we're talking about. So it's like because reporters don't know that Giannis is that good, it's like it's like a surprise that he's doing this. So it's like if somebody else does this, you expect them to do it, and they don't get the same thing. So I feel like the same way with Vegas odds. It's like if they had us to win, 23 games?
23, 24, 25.
24 games. If you look at that roster, is that a 23-win roster?
Yeah.
So it's one of them things to where it's like, it was because the expectations were low, because we didn't see as much of Fox last year, especially in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
We didn't know what Bagley was. Buddy Hield was up in the air, and people were still heard about and all of that kind of stuff. Yep. And you start to see it when you start to put the pieces together. You say, this team should win 39 to 50 games.
And that's why I'm a big pessimist, because beginning of the year, when we were doing all our predictions, it's 20 to 25 wins. Mm-hmm. End of the year, although I don't like the way they finished, 39 wins. I'm over the moon. I big future for this team, et cetera. Now, had I come into this year going, man, these guys can make the playoffs, and I think they could contend for a title. If I was an ultimate optimist, even not realistic, I'm very disappointed in this year.
Yeah.
I always say the key to life, Lance, is to have the lowest possible expectations for everything.
Yeah.
You're never disappointed.
You go to the club,
yes,
and you say, I'm going home by myself.
By myself.
And then
drinks watered down.
When you get the ugliest girl in the club, can we say ugly still? It's a politically correct time. When you find the best personality in the club.
There you go. Attractively challenged.
I was going to say aggressive face.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm okay with that, Jay. When you find the most handsome young lady you can find, it's a win.
It's a win.
I didn't expect to leave here with nobody.
Nope.
So now I got her.
When I am at the grocery store and I swipe my ATM card, I expect that thing to get declined.
When I go and I swipe my EBT card, I know I got money on there because they loaded up because the government. But but still, the point remains the same. I like how you still swiping your car like you ain't got a chip. I'm a big fan of you, the only one still swiping your car.
Everyone's been through those moments where you put your card in, you swipe, you insert whatever, you enter your PIN. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. And then there's those moments, and we've all been through this in life at one point or another. It's the moment between when you put your PIN in, and they say, "Are you sure?" and you say yes. Between that and when the receipt starts to pop out, meaning it's approved.
Yeah, you say, y'all sure?
Right.
You got to get up out of there before they change their mind, but they find out what's really going on.
I've had that. I've had that happen to me more than once. Where I remember very specifically one time I had about $120 in groceries, like the groceries for the week.
Oh yeah,
right.
And
I was in Omaha, Nebraska, living there at the time. I lived there for a year. I was in Omaha, Nebraska. I'll never forget.
I need to find out why, but we'll get to that later.
A whole different story. And I had the money in the bank, but I forgot that I had a check. Remember, we used to write checks back in the day. Nobody remembers checks. And that check from like 4 weeks ago had gone through for like
finally,
right? But for like $75, and it knocked me just below. And I had a full shopping cart. I'm there with my girlfriend, and they say decline, and I go, "Oh, I must have entered the wrong PIN. Sorry." And I do it again, but like the redness is kind of growing up my neck and all that. And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It says insufficient funds." And there's like 8 people in line. You know what happened?
Loser.
Right?
And not only are there 8 people in line, 3 of those people in a rush.
So you've got to exactly. So you have a choice, right? You either pull your cart to the side because they don't let you put everything back. You got to pull your cart over, and then some poor clerk has to go restock everything.
Go backs.
Or you got to do the thing where you're like, okay, let me take this stuff out.
Yeah. And let me see. I don't really need milk. We don't need milk.
Right. Eggs.
Toilet paper. I don't need toilet paper because I don't have. Apparently, I don't got enough money for food, so I'm not gonna need the toilet paper.
And you got a hand in case,
right? So
I got junk mail. I don't need toilet paper.
I didn't know what to do, man. I didn't want to leave because I needed the food, but I also didn't want to do the thing where everybody got pissed off at me. So what I did is I pulled my cart to the side. And I waited, I waited like 25 minutes until there was nobody in line. And then I went back around and I started pulling stuff out. It took me like 3 tries to get through. So now when that ATM goes in and I feel fairly confident about it, I don't take that for granted.
You know what's funny about this is I can tell at what time period this story was in? Because at no point did you say I just checked my app
Right.
to see how much money I had in my
No
account.
app. No phone. No, I checked my beeper. I want them alphanumeric beepers.
I asked Washington Mutual to page me and let me know.
Oh, let's get right now to the Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Here is Jay Mars.
It's time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Fact of the Day. Here's Kyle Madsen.
No,
Not quite.
it's not. It's Jay. Come on, voice guy. Jeez.
Chris Davis hit his 139th home run since joining Oakland in 2016.
Okay, not the Orioles, Chris
No,
Davis. Just making
that's
sure.
why I said
Yes, of
joining
course you did.
Oakland.
I apologize.
Yay!
15 more than any other player in that span. But speaking of the Orioles, Chris Davis, also Oakland A's Chris Davis is currently tied with Christian Yelich for the most home runs since September 15th, 2018, which is 12 home runs. The day after, Orioles Chris Davis got his last hit.
Wow. That's Chris Davis of the A's, and of course, we'll be going till 9:12 because of those A's. Now, by the way, just real quick, we're going to take a break, but how's that going to work? Just let me know so I can let the audience know. We're going to go to break right now. We'll come back with what's on tap.
Yeah.
And then
We'll go to break again at 8:55.
okay, so we will take that normal break.
Coming back top of the hour till 9:12.
Top of the hour till 9:12.
Yep.
And you already talked to Jim Rome about this? He's
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah, well, I actually talked to his brother Tim. I had him convey the message.
Okay.
No, hold on. So there's Jim Rome and Tim Rome?
You don't know Tim Rowe?
Well, Tim Rome is Kyle Dewey.
Shh, they don't know that.
Tim Rome is what would it be? Mile K. Adson May doing his imitation. Of
Okay.
Jim. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But don't tell anybody.
When we
No,
come,
who would I tell?
I know, right? Like who's Lance? Like Lance? Like, hey man, did you know?
Yeah, I don't have no audience listening to me ever.
When we come back, we will get Lance Wood's pick for the Masters champion this Sunday, and so much more right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Here's what's on tap.
What's on tap? A lot of pressure on you, Jay. What's on tap? Brought to you by
Spandex.
Spandex.
Summer's coming, fellas. Your ladies are about to ditch it. I am sorry.
You know, I'm a fan of spandex.
As am I.
For all ages, all shapes, all sizes, everybody. Spandex. Hey, what's that under there? Now I know. Lance Woods is with us.
It's like a teaser.
It really
Yeah.
is.
It literally.
Sometimes you don't want to be teased.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes just it's torture.
You only get to do this for 2 days out of the year, today and tomorrow, because the rest of the time this happens on the weekend. Fade that down if you would, please, because what is on tap? Well, a tradition unlike any other. The Masters, live from Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, the most prestigious tournament.
For what is?
Prestigious.
Prestigious.
He
Okay.
obviously didn't graduate.
I know, right? Gee.
I'm still in junior college. I'm 33.
Justin
Yeah.
Harding and I'm sorry. Oh, I thought I cut you off. I apologize. A couple of South Africans currently in the lead. Justin Harding and Louis Oosthuizen at 2 under. Aaron Wise tied with many, many people, including Eldrick Woods, tied currently a big bunch at the second hole, tied for third. Tiger Woods up and down birdies the par fives, and he is on the front page of the leaderboard. Obviously, very, very early. You a golf guy at all?
I've been trying to play golf. But it's really hard for me because it's so time consuming.
It is. It is really time consuming
Yeah, man.
and expensive
yeah.
and frustrating,
Yes.
and you can't master it.
Yeah, I'm ultra competitive. So I would have to really do it to do it. I can't just go and play around. So it's tough for me. Like I play because I don't know if you know this, but me and Tiger have the same last name. That's it. But so I was inspired,
Of course.
and but I hit one ball really good one time,
Yeah.
and I said, "Oh, I think I got this."
Yeah. Feels great. Huh?
Yeah, and I help. I follow through.
Yep.
And when I hit it, because I was dressed very similar to how I'm dressed now.
The suit and tie.
Yeah, because I was at Top Golf. And
Gotcha.
when I hit the ball real good, out of nowhere, I had on plaid. I don't know how it happened.
Okay.
I had gloves in my pocket.
We all have bad days.
I had the little hat on like I was a golfer.
Yes.
In that moment.
Yes.
And then the next, I hit it again, and I went right back to street clothes. I don't know what happened. It's the consistency of golf is really frustrating.
I will tell this. I tell this about golf to anyone. It's just like any any bad habit. You're ultra competitive. You don't have the time. You don't want to spend the money. Just stay away. Because unlike anything else, like basketball, you play basketball all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about that. You've played your whole life. You know how to shoot. You know how to rebound. You know how to run the floor. Maybe you'll have a day where your shooting is off.
Yeah.
But more often than not, you're going to pretty much play the same every single day. Golf, you can practice all the time. You can play all the time, whatever. Now, there's people that are just naturally really good at it, and screw them. But
yeah, I don't like them at all.
For most of us, myself very much included, I'll go out one day and I'll be, oh my God, it's all starting to come together. This is fantastic. And then I'll play, maybe I'll go back and play the next day. I'm so excited. And then my first shot off the tee bounces off a tree and hits an old grandma trying to, have a picnic. And then
that's what grandmas do.
That is grandma's picnic a lot. Yeah. So, what's on tap? Brought to you by this from the text line. Brought to you by Lumpia. If you're not getting down on some Lumpia, you're missing out. I agree with that.
Somebody got some Lumpia here?
Huge Lumpia fan.
Great stuff.
No doubt about it.
Can they text Lumpia to us?
Just over the text line?
Yeah.
The Lumpia text line?
Yeah, just text over some Lumpia.
It has been a very eventful day, and we're not even at 9 a.m. so far for the Sacramento Kings. Sam Amick with the double breaking news. First, that Vlade Divac has signed a 4-year contract or 3-year extension, however you want to call it. His contract will run another 4 years with the Sacramento Kings as general manager. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that Vlade Divac looking to consolidate his role as GM. Also has a meeting later today on the future of Coach Dave Joerger. Then Sam broke the news just about a half an hour ago that Vlade Divac was meeting with Brandon Williams, the assistant GM, and relieving him of his duties. And we see our old friend Mark Stein, formerly of ESPN, now with the New York Times, tweeted this out during the break. I'll quote here. Amid reports that Kings coach Dave Joerger's job is in jeopardy, league sources say that Sacramento would have interest in Luke Walton should they decide to go through with a coaching change. Of course, Luke's still, first off, Dave Joerger still with the Kings. Luke Walton still with the Lakers.
Is Luke still with? I think Luke has been gone from the Lakers for about 2 months now.
I mean, that's a great point.
I thought that, and then Magic Johnson quit.
Yeah, when Magic Johnson has been gone. We thought Magic was going to be gone in 91. Somehow he's still here, and that's a miracle in itself. Amen.
Yeah, what Magic has done with life.
Yes.
In all aspects is something to be loved and honored.
This man is incredible. Magic, and then Magic, did you hear Magic explaining one of the reasons why he left? He said, Magic should have just said, you know what? They won't let me tamper, and I don't like it.
Right. Pretty much what it was.
He kind of did say that.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to tweet. He wants to tamper. He wants to be Magic.
Do you remember when Magic was working on ESPN?
I do.
And the way Magic Magic tweeted, it was the funniest tweet. He was talking about the MVP, and he named 22 players.
Of course he did.
He was like,
I've narrowed it down.
He named 22 players
that
he thought had a case for MVP.
Yeah.
It was like LaMarcus Aldridge has a strong case.
Sure.
You know what I mean? 15-foot jump shots.
I expect
should get you the trophy.
I expect Magic to be back with ESPN. I mean, I could even see Magic being a part of the playoff coverage this year. I don't put anything past Magic, and I don't blame him either. Listen, he was terrible at his job with the Lakers. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, he's a face, and people love Magic Johnson.
Of course,
he's like one of the most beloved people in the history of basketball.
I hate the Lakers, and I love Magic Johnson.
How do you not like Magic Johnson?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's just the way he played. His smile. When I get my money, I'm gonna go buy some Magic Johnson tea. That's what I'm gonna tell him when I go. I say, yo, give me the Magics.
Right.
Give me the Showtimes. Why don't you just look them teeth in my mouth? That's what I'm gonna tell the dentist or the orthodontist.
Yes.
Whoever does it.
Yes.
Give me the Magics.
1-800-920-1140. Your calls all day have come in on the Firewings hotline. 21 different flavors to choose from. Firewings.com. Just wing it. We will take a break, but Jim Rome is not next because of the A's game. First pitch at 9:35 versus the Orioles out at Camden Yards. We're going to have a little bit of an overdrive going on here. We'll come back at 9, and we'll take you till 9:12.
We got a tank full of gas.
You going to stick around with us?
I'm here.
Wow, look at you going OT as well.
Yeah.
That's why you wore the headband.
That's why.
We're right back with Lance Woods on Sports 1140 KHTK.
Back to the Drive.
With a little bit of and a little bit pump it up. Let it all out.
Is that Lance Woods or Nelly? I can't tell.
Nelly Woods.
Nelly was the one that wore the.
I was like, good gracious, let it out.
No, that's definitely Nelly.
Yeah, that is absolutely Nelly.
Do you remember where you was at when you first heard this song? Of course you don't. This ain't a memorable moment song.
I don't know. The first time I ever got a speeding ticket, I was listening to this when I got pulled over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very memorable.
Nelly was the one with the Band-Aid, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
that is big for him because white people don't get pulled over. So he was like, I can't believe this is happening. What is going on, officer?
I rolled down my window. I said, "This is preposterous.
Yeah, and
It's tomfoolery. It's malarkey, and I demand an explanation."
The Travis Shea mockery.
I demand an explanation. You're gonna get a go. I've heard white people say stuff like, "Give me your badge number." I said, "You can ask that."
Right.
I told him it was horse doo doo that he was pulling me over. Yeah.
Yeah, you told him.
I told him.
Look, I got a thing in the mail that there was a warrant out for my arrest.
What?
This was 3 days ago. So I call.
You might want to wait until you're out of here before you say that.
No, I mean they know where I'm at. I'll be on.
We're right here at 3120 Howe Avenue.
I'm so glad you moved the studio to Arizona, Dave. It's cool out here,
Live
man.
from Tempe.
Yeah, no, but you know what happened was they told me I had this warrant off of my arrest. So I was like, all right, this is weird, and it was an incident from 2012. It was a traffic incident. Because I get pulled over all the time, Jack. And
That's Jack.
Preposterous.
and so I call, I make the court date, and then they like, yeah, come in May something to whatever. So then I called. They called me back yesterday morning, and she was like, "We've made a mistake. All the stuff has been cleared and taken care of. I'm sorry to bother you, but you don't have a court date. You don't have a warrant. Everything has been settled." And I knew it had been settled years ago.
Good thing you got it that way instead of like maybe you did get pulled over for a speeding ticket and they go,
Yeah.
"Oh, we have a warrant on you."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then you get out of jail and you're like, then they're like, "Oh, sorry, our bad."
Yeah, that I mean, when I went to jail the one time, it was in traffic court. I got into an argument with the judge in traffic court.
that true story?
That's the truth. This is 100% facts.
I too have been in jail, so we one time.
That's where that teardrop come from. I thought you was just happy to see me, but that's.
I was speaking of, it was in Omaha, Nebraska. It was a Friday.
I'm gonna tell you something, Dave. Nothing positive has come from Omaha, Nebraska.
I was going to say, Omaha sounds like it was a rough part of your life.
It was. I was 18. No. I'm sorry. It was on my. How I did it in my. It was my 21st birthday. It was my 21st birthday. Was on a Saturday. We were celebrating on a Friday night. We went to the I Street Bridge, which separates.
May or may not have been alcohol involved.
Oh, there was absolutely alcohol involved, a lot. And me and two of my buddies went up on the I Street Bridge, which separates Omaha from Council Bluffs, Iowa. It separates two states. Well,
to be clear, not the I Street Bridge in Sacramento.
No. This is in Omaha, Nebraska. Our third friend, my friend Ben, who's still good friends with me today, we had a third friend, Derek, and he thought it would be funny to. We were on the catwalk underneath. He thought it would be funny to climb the ladder to where the cars were driving by and wave and then like pretend like he was falling backwards, like he was jumping off the bridge.
Oh yeah.
What we didn't know, three kids from Sacramento, was that the I Street Bridge was a very popular spot for kids to jump off the bridge and end things.
Yeah.
So we're up on the bridge, and I don't know, about half hour later, we're just drinking peppermint schnapps and whatever kids drink when they turn 21. Cop car pulls up down below, and they're kind of looking around on the banks. We don't have a lot of time, so I'll make it quick. Over the next 45 minutes, and I'll never forget these numbers: 17 cop cars, 2 ambulances, 3 media trucks, a fire engine, and a boat dragging the river are all there over the course of the next 2.5 hours at night. They're dragging the waters because somebody apparently reported that somebody jumped off this bridge. We stay up there, scared to death. Everyone leaves. They're down to the final cop car. Driver gets in the driver's side, closes the door. Passenger cop goes to the passenger side. They've got their flashlight still up. And then she points it up just as a matter of recourse and catches my buddy Ben. They both get out of the car, say, "Come on down." We get charged with criminal trespassing. I forget what the other charge was. It was whatever. And I had to spend the night in jail.
Yeah, and this was remember when you can just do silly things with your friends before the internet?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you guys were doing a bunch of silly things, but you were having a good time.
We were having
being young.
We were having a good time, but what was not a good time was spending that night in
jail. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You know, I went to jail for about 13 hours, but when I you know, I didn't know this. I didn't know when you go to jail.
Lance, I got to cut you off. I apologize. We have, and here we go, going a little extra for a reason here. We have breaking news. There you go. It always comes in threes. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting Kings general manager Vlade Divac is planning to fire coach Dave Joerger in a face-to-face meeting today. League sources tell ESPN. Wow. There it is. So in the course of a 3-hour and 7-minute program, Lance, we have had Vlade Divac get a contract extension.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Brandon Williams be dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
And this just in, Dave Joerger, according again to Adrian Wojnarowski, will be relieved of his duties today in a face-to-face meeting with Vlade Divac. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, we said we wanted to get it done quickly.
And it got done quickly.
This is my question. I'm asking you just basic curiosity. Do you think, let's say, if they win 42 games, it's a different story?
I would be. I'm going to plead ignorance, and here's why. I'm not trying to evade your question because it's a great question. And I mean, we could go a step further. What it was, 44, 45. I'm going to plead ignorance in the sense that I think, and I could be wrong in the coming days, I think we'll start hearing more and more why.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if the firing was about the win total. It may have ended up being about issues in the front office, relationship with that's right. I did say it was a good question, Lance. That's our good question crown. Yeah. Thank you, Jay. I'm so stunned from reading this. I didn't see. I said good question. You get the crown for the rest of the segment.
Okay. So because I asked a good question, I got to look like this.
It's a huge honor.
Yeah. I feel honored right now to have this on.
Right. It's been on the head of both Kyle and myself.
I can tell. It smells like greatness,
doesn't it? Though, no, that's Pert Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you. Head and Shoulders, maybe.
Okay.
I think I'll reserve judgment to see what happens. And I'm stuttering here, A, because I'm not a smart person, and B, because I don't want to say anything that would be taken out of context or wrong. It might have been a lack of a relationship with the front office. Maybe there was a player issue. Maybe it's a mutual thing, although I don't believe that to be the case. I don't know, but I think we're going to know more. And I think when the story's all said and done, my one guess is this. I think it was less about his ability as a coach, less about the win total, and more about the other relationships, peripherals, and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, you get to know people, and, it just sucks. But also just from a fan, I think the fans want just stability.
Right.
It's like we've been switching pieces and coaches and we just want stability.
Yeah.
This is who it's going to be. Now let's get it together and let's go try to do something special. I think that's the overall fan point of view.
I think so. And now we're in now the offseason begins in earnest. I mean, on one hand, if it was going to happen, do it now. Get out of the way. Start your search immediately. I imagine, we heard Mark Stein report that the Kings would be interested in Luke Walton. I'm sure there will be other names on that list.
It might have been a typo. The LW could have been Lance Wood.
That's a good point right there.
And, I'm not, listen, I'm not against coaching, but I will say we're going to have to open up the checkbook if you want me on the sidelines.
At least $150.
Yeah, per second.
Wow.
Yeah. What if you got paid per substitution? Do you know how rapid my substitutions would be?
It would be like musical chairs for the entire game for me.
Yeah, come on. In, out. Come on. You're messing up my money.
We will have much more on this throughout the day. Now, the A's game is coming on. We will be breaking in, I'm sure, throughout. Also, check KHTK's social media feeds for all kinds of updates, side videos, stuff like that. It is a huge day in the world of the Kings, whether for good or bad, and we will be on top of that throughout the day, leading all the way up until the afternoon program. For Jay Mars, for Lance Woods, thank you all so much. We'll see you tomorrow. A's baseball next, right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
The crack of the bat. You're listening to The Drive.